It's a beautiful day in Demorest, Georgia. Welcome to the Piedmont broadcast doubleheader here. Lady Lions take on the Scotties of Agnes. Scott Davis-Barlow, Chloe Spratlin here. Excited to be with you today, Chloe.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a great day. It's a beautiful day outside. Really excited to be out here talking about the ladies and talking about hopefully the ladies getting the 601st and the 602nd win for Coach Terry Martin.
That is correct. We'd be remiss to not wish Terry Martin a congratulations. 600 wins here, all of them coming at Piedmont. He's been here for 27 seasons. He has 600 wins to his name now with that big win over St. Olaf. Again, the Lady Lions swept that on Monday. A walk-off in the bottom of the 8th, and then a pretty handed win. It turned out it was close all the way till the end, Chloe, and then, of course, a big 3-run, 6 innings stretch that lead out.
Yeah, the ladies are going to want to carry off this momentum. Agnes Scott, not a team doing amazing so far in conference. The Lady Lions, on the other hand, are in second place. They're doing really well, so wanting to keep that up, keep up the high intensity here, and get another win here.
The trumpets that you just heard shut off undoubtedly mean that Emma McBrayer is on the mound again. McBrayer is one of the best pitchers in Division III softball there. She's tied for second in complete games. She's tied for wins in all of Division III. A win here today would give her the sole lead over that title. Ground ball back to her on the first pitch, fired to first, and it's out number 1. Again, Chloe, such an impressive stat. There's one girl that she's in a race with, really, when it comes to wins in all of Division III, and, I mean, that's quite the race to have.
Yeah, absolutely. McBrayer, I mean, let's be honest, as she is in second right now, with this team, with how they're playing so far, you wouldn't be surprised that later on in the season she can overtake them for first place. She's doing great. She's got a couple CCS awards to her name, and she's hoping that at the end of the season, that CCS award, it turns into a ring.
Again, USA South transition for Piedmont. First year in the CCS this season. First pitch strike there from McBrayer to Kristen Gilbert. The second hitter of the inning. It's a center fielder for Agnes Scott. Defensively, a little bit different. Jasmine Lowry at third today. It's her 4th start for Piedmont in a different position. She started at first. She started at second. She started in right. Now she gets action at a third. The usual shortstop, Macy Allen, and her middle infield duo, Lindsay Partlow, of course. Kara Taylor at first base. And then the outfield, a little bit different as well there. Hartley Nerva back into center, as they have Hannah Smith in I believe Hannah Smith is in right, as this one's a ground ball fired to first. It's a way off the mark throw there from Lowry.
Yeah, that's tough
likely
there.
Go down as a
certainly got to be an error or a hit. It's going to be a hit.
Yeah, they're going to give it a hit. Here, we'll take a look at that one, but that might just be the first play nerves there for Lowry. Again, not your typical third baseman. She's made the majority of her starts in right field and at second. Again, in right field today is Hannah Smith. In left, they have Kennedy Votava. Ooh, ground ball off the foot of the new batter, Kylie Thomas here.
Yeah, it's always going to hurt you.
So, Chloe, you mentioned it. Piedmont's second in the CCS right now. The only ones ahead of them, Bellhaven, at 6-0. Bellhaven was ranked previously. They've since fallen out of the top 25, and then trailing right behind them, a Huntington squad that just fell out of the rankings as well.
Yeah, Piedmont wanting to get into the rankings pretty soon. We'll see a hit there.
Whoa. They'll call it foul, and Agnes Scott, coach there, really wanted that one to be fair. I think it's the correct call, as both him and the umpire hold up a close one side.
That was extremely tight, right on the edge of the plate of the base there. So
McBrayer enters today with a 2.27 ERA. She's made 14 different appearances, 12 starts, 9-4 record. That's a breaking ball that stays up in the zone. 79 1/3 innings pitched, Chloe. She'll look to be well into the hundreds by the time this year is done for Piedmont.
And it's impressive to see, she's got that arm on her. As much as, you can really get sore with that arm, the fact that she's able to keep on going. So we'll see a hit there. It's going to be bounced, and we'll just see a single there for the Aggies, or the Scotties, pardon me.
So back-to-back hits here for Agnes Scott early. McBrayer's given up a decent amount of hits this year. Those were number 74 and 75. thus far. Her strikeout numbers are well up. She had only 52 all of last season. So she's at 36 already for the Lady Lions. The only concern is the number of walks. Those are up as well this year at 25. So that's a first pitch fastball for McBrayer. It will be down in the zone for ball one. McBrayer can really run the velo up there, but even today, we noticed on Monday it wasn't quite where it normally is. Today it doesn't look as weather, Chloe. It could be that fatigue that you mentioned.
Yeah, the fatigue. That's a lot of innings pitched, especially in such a short amount of time. We're only halfway through the season. We'll see another hit there, maybe a double play.
Got him.
It's got it.
Play. So it's Allen to Partlow to Taylor. Ground ball double play for McBrayer negates the two singles, and we'll head to the bottom of the first tied. Welcome back here. If you've noticed a bit of the confusion, well, you're in the majority because we were too. They ruled Kara Taylor pulled her foot off the bag at first base. So we've sent everybody back out onto defense. We now have first and third with only 2 outs. So McBrayer not out of the jam yet, Chloe, and I don't know why this took so long to come to fruition, but we're back in, we're back in the top of the first.
Yeah, we've got no video reviews here. This is Division III softball. I'm really shocked that they went back and did that, but it was tight. So, hopefully McBrayer can, get out of the jam here. A runner on first, a runner on third.
So Presley Hicks into the box, the 5-hole hitter here. She was due to start the next inning following the ground ball double plays. McBrayer fires in ball number 1, just down with the fastball there. And okay, so the 2-out single, or the 2 singles, I should say, not negated, but we do have 2 outs here. Again, live stats playing a little bit of catch-up. As we did have everything adjusted to go to the bottom of the first, it should be fixed now. There's strike number 1 from McBrayer. Their opponent's hitting just 244 against her, Chloe, and as we've seen, she has a fast rise ball and breaking ball that she likes to turn to, and then she has the real change of pace with that big looping changeup. It's something she's tried to develop this year. That's another fastball right down the middle. I would not throw that pitch again.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see which pitches are working for her early on. So if she does get into any more jams, anything further, we'll see what she can go to and see what she's most comfortable, what she's working on, and what's really getting the Scotties struggling today.
Knowing McBrayer's history, she has 5 different pitches she can go to. We'll see what she chooses with the 1-2. Went with the changeup. It's popped up into shallow left field. Coming on to make the catch is Kennedy Votava, and so all's well that ends well. We play it again. We get 4 outs in the top of the first, and we'll head to the bottom of the second. back here in the top of the second. Apologies for the audio issues. We think we've got it fixed here again. A little bit of chaos to start here, as that's a first pitch ground ball right back to McBrayer, and it's out number 1 there.
It's a great way to start the second there after some miscues in the first offensively and defensively for the Lions. Wanting to clean it up. I'm sure I wouldn't want to be in the dugout after what happened at the last inning.
Couple base running mistakes there. Again, if you couldn't hear us, it was Kennedy Votava trying to take second after a single there. Jasmine Lowry had the steal on as Kara Taylor lined out. That was the quick inning for Piedmont there. And now McBrayer back out for her second inning of work.
Already got one player out.
Ooh. That's a good pitch. It will not be called a strike. Hannah Morgan's going to turn around and ask where it is.
Yeah, I certainly was looking at Blue, little just with some anticipation there, see if he was going to call that. It was really, really close.
So now ahead 2-0. Goes to Scotty in the box. Make it 3-0 as they'll rule that one up. It's Mercedes Barker in the box here.
We'll see if McBrayer can try and get something here. Don't want to walk here, but that's what you'll get.
So it's a 4-pitch walk, 4 quality pitches, none of them called strikes, and it'll be a free base for Barker. That brings Jennifer Thames into the box. Thames, of course, playing second today for this Agnes Scott team. Chloe, Agnes Scott is 4-6 coming into this contest here, and again, they really have a chance to turn it around here. A huge win in Demorest could really generate some kind of life into this program. Of course, first year of the CCS tournament, everyone makes it into the tournament. It's a risky throw by Hannah Morgan there. It's knocked down by Partlow.
Extremely risky, but yeah, you were saying that Agnes Scott have a chance to really make something happen here. They certainly do. I mean, they're having the Lions. I think the Lions might have even came into this game a little too relaxed, seeing that Agnes Scott are just pretty low in the CCS standings. The Lions really need to pick it up to make sure they don't have a loss here against the 0-2. The 0-2 Scotties.
Flied out to left, caught by Votava for out number 2. And yeah, I would agree, Chloe. Again, we saw Piedmont play Wesleyan here. Wesleyan, of course, is currently 2-14 and 0-4 in the CCS. Piedmont only won those games 2-0, and then they went to extra innings against Wesleyan, walked it off. Of course, that was Hannah Morgan that time to walk it off 4-3. So Piedmont not faring particularly well against the bottom of the conference right now. They did handle Berea, who is at the very bottom of the CCS, extremely well. They are 12-0, 21-0. But we'd love to see them really play to their potential today.
Yeah, certainly. I think today's a really good chance to do that, even though they haven't started off well so far.
Behind and almost got her at first.
That was so close.
Hannah Morgan makes our job difficult up here, because just when you think you have a lax moment, she makes something like that happen. That was a less risky throw, and it was right on the money. Just barely getting back in as Barker, and the count will go to 1-1. Fastball right past her there for strike 2, and that's the setup pitch. You go 0-1 with the changeup there. It's up high. You come back with a fastball, and Thames was not ready for that kind of heat.
Not ready at all. If McBrayer can keep that up, this will be a great game for her.
1-2 pitch here, a lot to work with. Maybe the screwball here on 1-2. She went with the changeup. It's down. Runners on the move. Fired to second, and gunned her by a mile did Hannah Morgan. So now a base running mistake for Agnes Scott gets Piedmont out of the inning, and we'll head to the bottom of the second. bottom of the second, Hannah Morgan to lead us off here. Still 0-0, Chloe. Both teams, a couple base running mistakes, but nothing that can't be corrected with a couple big swings of the bat.
Yeah, still early in the game, in the doubleheader. Certainly want to clean that up now, especially after what happened. Ooh, at the bottom of the first. It's a great thing we've got some protection here. It's coming right at us.
Right off the plexiglass. You can barely even tell that it's there on the broadcast, but that's why we've got it. So
definitely jumped back a little bit.
Fouled back for strike number 1 there from Hannah Morgan. It's 5-6-7 due up for, 4-5-6 due up for Piedmont. Hannah Morgan in the 4-hole, Madison Henry in the 5, Emma McBrayer in the 6. A lot of power there for the 4-5-6. McBrayer hit cleanup here for the majority of her 3 years here, but has now dropped down to the 6. It's another brilliant pitch there from Huttu. Again, it looks like maybe a cutter of some sort. It's got a lot of velo, but it's got some good bite at the end.
It's really causing the Lions some problems so far.
Yeah, Hannah Morgan flinched there, and now with the 1-2, same pitch, fouled off down the third base line, and we'll do it again.
Count still 1-2.
Senior hitting .333 this year. We've seen what she can do behind the plate. Already has one caught stealing in this game. This one's chopped off. It's a little pop-up to first, handled well, and it's out number 1.
Next up for the Lady Lions, designated player number 25, Madison Henry.
Henry going to want to do a little bit better than Morgan did there at bat with her first at bat of the doubleheader here. The righty will step up.
Henry comes into this contest slugging almost 500. She's had a fantastic year. Of course, her and Morgan rotate between the catcher spots. That's a line drive. It hits the pitcher in the arm, fielded by the second baseman and fired to first for out number 1. They're going to argue that she's off the bag, and they're definitely going to discuss it here. It technically goes 1-4-3, but I'm not sure that the first baseman, Kimbar, held the bag here. We'll have a 3-man discussion. Of course, conference play, you get 3 umpires rather than the regular 2, and they will still call her out there.
So that's a second out of the bottom of the second now.
Next up for the Lady Lions.
But now you bring up the 265 hitting Emma McBrayer here. 13 hits on the year, 5 doubles, 5 RBIs to her name. Of course, she gets the job done on both sides of the ball.
Definitely want to see McBrayer do something here. You want to have a great early start to this game, or else you might let a team like the Scotties just kind of hang in, think they've got a chance, think they've got an opportunity to steal one here. And I'm sure everyone in the Lions dugout right now does not want that, especially wanting to get wins number 601 and 602 for Coach Martin.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Emma McBrayer. She's down on strikes, and we'll head to the top of the third here, still tied in Demarest.
Scores.
Back here for the top of the third inning here. It's 9-1-2 for Agnes Scott. Kimbarl to get things started for the Scotties here. 2 solid innings of work for Emma McBrayer thus far. She's right back to work there. Fastball fouled off for strike number 1.
Yeah, had a 1-2-3 inning, or pardon me, a 1-2-3 bit for Hutto in the last little bit. Couldn't even finish my sentence, what we were saying earlier. This really quick softball game here, but I mean, defensively, it's been well so far.
Ooh. Nasty changeup. I have no clue how Kimball got a piece of that. Broke out the sand wedge there and fouled it off maybe 3 feet into the other batter's box. If I'm McBrayer, Chloe, I think I throw that again.
Oh, for sure.
Such a bad swing, you might get the same result. She does not get the chase. Good plate discipline. Now you have to think this is a fastball or rise ball situation. Again, McBrayer has 5 pitches. She's got the fastball, the changeup, the curveball, the rise ball, and the screwball. So she can move it every direction. We'll see what she chooses to go with. Went with the fastball. It's fouled back off to the right. We'll do the 1-2 again. McBrayer sets, and the delivery. Ooh, pulled it. Might have been the curveball there, down and away. So now the count will go to 2-2, and this is where you have to be careful. You don't want to let the 9-hole reach with the top of the lineup looming in this inning. Have to at least make her earn it here. Need a competitive 2-2 pitch. Ooh, it pulled it well inside. Almost caught the batter, and now the count runs full. Extremely uncharacteristic of McBrayer, Chloe. She had just 1 hit by pitch in her 72 innings of work coming into Monday. Then she hit 2 batters in her 8 outing appearance. That one only hits the mid. As Kimbrell just watched that one go right down the middle for strike number 3, and we'll rotate it back to the top of the order.
Yeah, that was great work by McBrayer there. Unlucky to get to the full count there, especially when she was doing relatively well in the beginning of that, but great stuff by her, and that'll probably give her a bit of a confidence boost to get out of that one.
So a good start for her nonetheless. That's a brilliant pitch there for strike number 1. Went with the rise ball, and Chloe, again, we've talked about fatigue. It's a little bit warmer here than what we've been used to in Demorest. Finally started getting some spring weather, even though it was 30 degrees 2 weekends ago here.
That's Georgia weather. I think all the girls out there, most of them probably are used to it by now. But still, it's tough out there. Especially when they got the sun right in their face, especially the outfielders out there, hoping that nothing really comes out there and it's going to struggle. They'll probably struggle to catch it.
6 to 7:30 is an awful time for outfielders here in Demorest. Sun will be a problem in game 2 as McBrayer loops in the changeup for strike number 2. Ball 1 just barely missed the inside portion of the plate. So now the count goes to 1-2 to Thorson. Thorson, big swing and a miss, and McBrayer struck out both this inning thus far. And with 2 gone, Gilbert steps in the box for her second plate appearance.
Thorson had to really reach to try and grab that one. Great stuff by McBrayer to get her second man out. We'll hope to get a 1-2-3 inning here and really clean it up here because, as you and I both know, Coach Martin does not play around in the dugout. If you're not playing well, he'll let you know.
Wow, little slap hit into left. Gilbert's 2 for 2 on the day now with 2 singles, and there's a runner aboard with 2 gone.
Now for Agnes, got catcher number 11.
So while we wait on the catcher, Kylie Thomas to get her gear off here. Thomas and Gilbert with a 2 with the singles in the top of the first. So seeing the ball well here early. And McBrayer just 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Ground ball. Fouled off down the third baseline off the Lady Lions dugout. McBrayer's quickly ahead.
McBrayer going to want to stay ahead here. She's done a good job so far of getting ahead in the count. Had a couple times where she had just lost that. She will get a hit here. It's a beautiful hit.
This one drops in the left center field gap, and now Thomas is 2 for 2.
And they're seeing some 2-out success for the Scotties. Lions really need to clean it up here. McBrayer needs to compose herself a little bit, take a deep breath, and try and throw some good pitches here.
Designated player Emma Martin into the box. This is an extremely similar situation to what we ended up having in the top of the first after the play at first was overturned here, but now 2 gone and 2 on once again. First pitch to Martin. In there for ball 1. You can tell when Hannah Morgan thinks the pitch is close because she'll turn around and ask the umpire where it was. Same pitch, grounded to second, fielded well by Partlow, flipped to Allen, and once again McBrayer gets out of the jam. So 4 hits surrendered through 3, but no runs to show for it for Agnes Scott. We'll head to the bottom of the third, tied. Lindsay Partlow to lead off the bottom of the third here for the Lady Lions as they look to try to find some kind of offense, Chloe, because it's been relatively quiet outside of 1 hit thus far.
Yeah, certainly don't want the Scotties to get some confidence there, thinking that they've really got the batters struggling out there, especially a team like this. We talked about it earlier. The Lions really don't want to let them hang. Ooh.
That's a great pitch. It just barely misses the inside corner there again. Scotties have a solid pitching roster, though not too many wins to credit. Huttu has 36 strikeouts on the year. Again, that's only 3 behind the ace she faces in the circle on the other side, McBrayer, with 39. But so far, so good. Looking really good against the Lady Lions here. Partlow comes into this at bat hitting .298, so just below 300. She has 17 hits, 5 extra base hits, and 9 RBIs. At one point, she was near the top of the team. 4 RBIs until Kara Taylor decided to have 6 RBIs in one day and has pretty much put a healthy lead between her and the rest of the team in that category.
See the 2-2 pitch here. Ooh.
Fouled straight back into the bleachers.
Partlow's really making Huttu work for this out here. Doing great at bat here, fouling off. I think that's her 3rd time she's fouled it off so far.
7-8-9 due up for Piedmont here as well before they turn it back over. Hartley, Nerva, Hannah Smith, the other 2 batters due here as it's another foul ball from Partlow as she continues to fight here. And this is what you need. Got to see as many pitches as you can, especially your first time through the lineup.
Yeah, especially with Huttu, she's got this great type of fastball that she's been throwing out. It's been getting some girls out today so far, so you want to make sure she's getting a lot of those pitches in, and maybe she can get out earlier than later.
Huttu there was signaling to her catcher that she wanted to get that pitch a little bit more up. Trying to get Partlow to swing through it in a sense. In reality, she's swinging under it, but they're trying to get her to swing through this rise ball. So here it comes again. They went down and in, and it'll miss for ball 3. So the count runs full here. This is a great fight from Lindsay.
Great stuff from her. Great stuff for the Lions, too. They're cheering her on out there. Needs something here, especially in this inning. Don't want the Scotties to get too confident.
Oh, and that hits Partlow in the left knee. So they'll give her a minute. She seems like she's all right, but that is never a fun place to get hit there. So would have been a walk either way. Doesn't really change too much. And now it'll bring up the center fielder, Hartley Nerva. She comes in hitting .220 here, just 9 hits on the year and 1 RBI. Has decent speed, more of a defensive specialist there in center field for Terry Martin. She is fantastic in that center field spot.
She can certainly make something happen here, hopefully. At least we can try and see Partlow maybe steal something here. Looks like she was about to go for it.
Foul ball on the bunt. It hit off the catcher, hit off the umpire, and then eventually went back. So it's strike number 1. Not surprised to see Nerva try to get this one down here. Piedmont trying to manufacture a run in this situation where, oh, you kind of need it. Nerva squares again. She'll pull back. This one's in the dirt. On the move is Partlow, and she'll successfully take second there, and it's a big, big opportunity now, Chloe, because now if Nerva can get the bunt down, it moves Partlow to third with only one gone.
Surely, and that's just great awareness by Partlow, doing a great job getting there. I called it earlier. I knew that she was getting ready to go for it. We'll see. Ooh, the bunt attempt there. Looked like you are just as psychic as I am there. Just fouled off. So now the count is at 1-2.
So it's the 8th stolen base of the year for Partlow, followed by another bunt attempt from Nerva that's unsuccessful. And now with 2 strikes, she might have to swing this one, and she will. Big swing and a miss. So the opportunity not capitalized on, Chloe. Now you bring Hannah Smith, who's the slap-hitting lefty.
Next up to hit for the Lady Lions, right fielder number 24, Hannah Smith.
Ideally, this would have been a situation where she slaps one to the outfield and that scores a run, but now, I mean, you kind of have to try to find a gap here.
It's a hard swing there. She's got a 176 average on the season so far.
Rise ball up in the zone. Got the big swing and miss. That's where they've been trying to get that pitch. That one's almost caught just outside of your camera view. That's a great effort there from Mercedes Baker. Trying to grab that one. Couldn't quite reach it.
No, it's 2. Very 2.
The 0-2 count. Huttu is doing pretty good here. Had that couple pitchers hit.
Hitting in place of Mason.
Looks like the commentator's cursed there because she will throw her first ball, but she's doing pretty decent so far. She is still ahead in the count. Probably will want to try and get Smith here swinging.
She's okay with that pitch as it's a good one. They'll go to the well again, and it's just off the plate. And now the count goes 2-2. You've set her up with 2 pitches outside. I would not be surprised if they go to that rise ball up in the zone. Again, it's worked twice against Hannah Smith. They'll see if they can get it to work for a third time. The 2-2 went with it. Right back to the pitcher. It squeaks through here. Rounding third is going to be Lindsay Partlow. They hit her with the stop sign, and Hannah Smith advances on the throw home. There's runners at second and third with 1 down now for the top of the order.
Partlow was almost halfway to home, and then she just got stopped, and she quickly came back. That was a big mistake by Huttu there.
Not the best pitch. She didn't get it up again. You could see even as previously signaled between her and the catcher, they want that ball above the letters. They want it letter high or above. That one stayed below the letters, and it gets hit right back where it came from. Votava now with this. Whoa, no, we've run into trouble here. Partlow had to retreat to third. Smith is caught as she advanced to third. They'll just fire it to third. Everyone's safe. It's an infield single for Kennedy Votava. Okay.
And we'll finally see our first run of the game so far. I think the Lions will have some relief. They'll definitely take a deep breath there and say, okay, we've finally gotten over that.
Run actually did not score. Partlow went back.
Let's just wait and see if...
Went back to the base there, so no runs. Bases will be loaded for Jasmine Lowry here. That one's crushed down the left field line, but it is well foul.
That's over onto the turf field where women's lacrosse is practicing right now.
She waits half a second more, and that thing is probably off of the left field wall, if not over it. Again, Jasmine Lowry, tons of power, 9 extra base hits on 20 hits coming into today. It's a slugging percentage over 500. Is that one in for ball number 1. So with the count 1-1, there's 1 out here. 0-0 score. Inside pitch for ball 2 here. Now Lowry in a plus count, and Chloe, as they always tell you here, you just have to make sure whatever you swing at, you can crush. And you're really looking to do some damage here if you're Lowry. Something hard and a line drive. Keep it low. This one crushed into the gap. It's going to burn everybody. This should score multiple runs. Here comes a one. Here comes a second. Lowry with a stand-up double, and that will break this game wide open. It's 2-0 for Piedmont, and Lowry's fired up as she should be.
What a phenomenal hit there. That's exactly what you needed, right into the gap between the right field and center field. Right field was running to it, and she just can't get to that one. Great stuff by the Lions, and although that first run was taken away, you add 2 back on there. That's excellent stuff by the Lions. Really, now they can take that sigh of relief and say, all right, we've got over the hurdle. Now let's just keep adding more onto them.
Votava did not quite get a good jump, so she was given the stop sign at third, and that brings Kara Taylor into the box. This one is skied well out to left field. Tagging at third is Votava. Here's the throw to the plate. It's off the mark, and that will score Kennedy Votava. It's an RBI sac fly for Kara Taylor. Advancing to third is Jasmine Lowry, and Piedmont now leads 3-0.
And Lowry thought about going all the way home, and she was inching towards it, and then she got the instruction from Coach Martin say, hey, maybe not. Probably the best decision there.
Yeah, the throw was offline. It was not on the plate. Thomas had to go up the first baseline and missed it, and that's what tempted Lowry to take the plate there. But as you said, Piedmont's already made a couple base running mistakes. No reason to make the last out at home. And now that'll draw a team conversation between the Scotties infield in the circle, and it'll give Hannah Morgan a chance to get some very simple instructions from Terry Martin. The instructions are pretty simple. Crush ball.
Absolutely. Especially, Huttu's under pressure. She's certainly feeling it. You could tell by this inning that, she's doing great so far. She was doing great so far. She had that great fastball pitch. She's starting to feel the pressure now. The bases were loaded. Now it's just apply more pressure. Make her feel the jitters.
And you could tell that at bat with Lowry. Lowry was all over everything that was being thrown, and this one's popped up. First pitch swinging for Hannah Morgan, and it drops it down there. So ball is fouled just off your screen. There were 3 Scotties over there chasing after it, but none were able to make the catch. So we'll see if Morgan can play with that extra life she's been given here. She was way early on that first pitch.
Certainly took that instruction to crush it. Certainly tried that, and it was a high one. Luckily, not an out, just a foul.
Oh,
so there's the crush you see again, and that'll score 1. We'll see Morgan try and make her way to second for a double, and she will. She definitely will stop there. Oh, my goodness. That's another miss right there. The Scotties are having all sorts of trouble right now. To the benefit of the Lions, scores 4-0.
That's fantastic there, and you put it perfectly. It's another miss from Huttu there. I mean, again, she doesn't get the ball up enough in the zone. It's still over the middle of the plate, and again, Hannah Morgan just needed a second chance to absolutely crush that one.
Absolutely. So we'll see someone else coming up to the bat. It's going to be Madison Henry. Try and add on here.
Ooh, took a good first pitch there. Would have loved to see her take a big hack at that one.
Huttu slamming her ball into her glove. She is absolutely not happy right now.
4-0. This one gets away from the catcher, and Hannah Morgan will move up 1 base, and now she's on third with 2 down.
See McBrayer on deck. We'll certainly hope that she's still got some time to get into this one. Try and join in on the fun. Bottom of the third is certainly proven to be a lot of fun for the Lions here.
4 runs in the bottom of the third for Piedmont here. Make it a 5th. This one's poked into right. Henry safe at first. Almost negated the run there as Madison Henry almost got thrown out 9-3, but she will reach first safely, and now with 2 gone, Emma McBrayer up to the plate.
The Lady Lions pitcher number 12, Emma McBrayer.
We're hearing the walkout music come out. Some party music. The Lions are certainly partying in the dugout. Maybe something else can happen here. That's going to be popped up and caught. So finally, that's the finish of the 3rd inning. What a 3rd inning it was for the Lady Lions.
back here for the top of the fourth, and Chloe, you said it, about time for the Lady Lions, and a big flip of the script. We went from a tied game to a 5-0 lead.
Absolutely, yeah. The Lions were really struggling. Had some base running errors so early in the game, in the first and second inning. Then in the third, they just took off. Huttu had some major mistakes there in her pitching. The Lions want to make sure they quickly end this one. Try not to get... Ooh.
Ooh, poked there, fielded by Lowry, fired to first for out number one. What a play there by the utility player, Jasmine Lowry.
Yeah, I was going to say, try not to get any of the Scotty some momentum. That's a great way to start that one. First hit, first out.
Next up for Agnes Scott, right fielder number 6, Megan Smith.
Back into the box, Megan Smith here. Smith 0 for 1 against McBrayer thus far today. This one's down and in for ball 1.
Yeah, Smith had grounded out there. But she goes ahead in the count to start. 0-1 pitch. She'll swing. She will. Did look like she got some contact on that, so will be 1-1 now.
McBrayer would love another quick inning of work. Turn it right back over to the Lady Lions offense. 7, 8, 9 due up for Piedmont. There's that changeup, drops in. First strike 2.
I don't think she was expecting that pitch at all.
Not at all. Frozen by the change of pace was Smith, and now she's got just 1 strike left. Oh, stayed on the changeup there, and it's poked into left center. Good job. Good piece of hitting there by Megan Smith. Piedmont went to the well there twice. Again, call comes from the pitching coach in the dugout. Morgan relays it to McBrayer. They thought maybe doubling up on the changeup would catch her, but good adjustment.
That was great stuff. She read that the whole way through, and she had a very clean hit on there, got in between left field and center, and now she's on first.
Mercedes Barker into the box now.
She's certainly looking to steal on first.
Oh, this one squeaks through the 5-6 hole. Past a diving Macy Allen. Lowry not able to get out of her stance and grab that one. And once again, Chloe, this is the third time multiple runners have been on in an inning against McBrayer. We had it in the first, we had it in the third, and now we have it in the top of the fourth.
And she's been able to deal with it relatively well so far, but still, this is not the pressure you want to see, especially from a team that's really struggling in conference so far. They are 0-2. So McBrayer, she's gotten into some pickles. She's been able to get out of them, but still, you just want to avoid the pickles altogether.
Jennifer Thames up here. The 8-hole hitter is lined out to short. No, it drops. It'll go into left field. Fired to third for the force out there. And here's another fun scoring one. That technically goes 6-7-5. How about that? That's so rare that you ever see that. But since Allen gets a piece of it, she's going to get credit on the putout. And we've got 2 down.
Added a hit.
So with 2 gone, a familiar situation, one that McBrayer has worked out of a couple times. First and second, 2 out. Fastball fouled back to the 9-hole Kimbarrel.
And I feel like we're going to see a lot more fastballs after that changeup got caught there. It worked well in the beginning, but you can only do it so many times until they start to pick up on it.
Exactly. So see if the advice holds true. We haven't seen much of the screwball from McBrayer today. Maybe we'll get one of those. There it is. There's the screwball from McBrayer for strike number 2.
It almost looked like it was an out.
I thought she was out.
I certainly saw the out sign from the umpire.
Baker was napping out there at second and just about got caught. That's on the corner, maybe not.
Apparently not.
Just off the plate for ball 1. You can see once again Morgan turns around and asks the umpire. He says it's outside, but his authority is final on this, so the count will go 1-2.
It's been a few times that Morgan's had to turn around. There's one, which inning was it, the first or the second? It was about the second inning where about 4 times or 3 times in a row, she's turned around and said, "Are you sure?"
Morgan always does it with a smile, just has to take the check as that one's fouled over the Agnes Scott dugout, and we'll do the 1-2 again. What does McBrayer turn to? Haven't seen a changeup this at bat. Pitch number 5. Fastball down and in. Morgan, good pick. Morgan, back pick. Gets into center field. Ooh, and almost between the legs of Hartley Nerva there, but fielded well, and the count will go to 2-2.
Yeah, we saw the mistake there. Kind of lucky that I believe that's Kimbrell on second. Did not get up to go to third there.
It's Mercedes Baker.
Pardon me.
Out at second. Kimbrell still in the box. Hopefully she doesn't end up on second if you're a Lady Lions fan, but we'll get the 2-2 here. Grounded to Allen to first for out number 3. Once again, McBrayer's worked out of a 2-out, 2-on jam, and Piedmont takes that 5-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th.
Second base.
So, sound like a broken record, but once again leading off Lindsay Partlow here as the Lady Lions almost batted completely around last inning, and as we begin the bottom of the 4th, Chloe, it's still a 5-0 lead.
Sure is. The Lady Lions were once again in some trouble there, and McBrayer was in a jam, got out of the jam, and looks like we've still got Huttu pitching there.
My.
Oh, man.
That is raked into the right center field gap. Off the wall it goes. Partlow's thinking about 3. Instead, she'll enjoy a stand-up double. Oh, maybe not. This one being thrown around the yard by Agnes Scott. That's an ill-advised throw, and luckily, what a heads-up play there by the left fielder to be there backing it up. I mean, you got to give props to Presley Hicks there for the hustle. That just saved Partlow from advancing to third.
Yeah, I mean, Partlow, it's kind of hard. I mean, with all the excitement, you've just got your first at-bat, or pardon me, the lead-off swing, and you get a great hit there. It's almost easy to go for the triple there because you're so excited, especially how the last inning went. Great patience and great awareness to say, no, I'm going to stop, and probably can give Coach Martin some props for that one as well.
Yeah, Martin hit her with the stop sign, and now after ball 1, Hartley Nerva in the box here. She did square to bunt. Piedmont still trying to manufacture some runs here as they've been on both sides of the equation. No lead is safe. Nerva squares once again, pulls back. There's no one covering second base, so Partlow just kind of gets to stand out in no man's land, forces the first baseman to run, or excuse me, the second baseman to run all the way over there. And the count will go to 1-1. Nerva squares again. Nerva bunt right back to the pitcher. Fielded by Huttu and fired to first for out number 1. They'll check on Partlow at third, who advanced, but she is back safe. And now 1 out and a runner on third for number 24, Hannah Smith.
So we see Smith. Smith's got a hit and a run.
And she hit that rise ball with 2 strikes last time, right back up the middle. Right back at Huttu. See if they want to go to the well again. They went with the rise ball. It's popped up on the bunt attempt for out number 2. And now it'll bring Kennedy Votava up to bat once again. Votava 2 for 2 on the day. Thus far, again, she came into today with 17 hits. Chloe, she now has 19 hits, just 1 extra base hit, though. But she's hitting over 500 once again. We thought maybe she was going back to being human as she dropped below 500 after Monday, but we're right back to where we left off. Oh, called ball there. That's a great pitch. It looked like maybe that cutter again from Huttu. It might be just a fastball that's got some bite to it. It's a great pitch, and that looked pretty good.
Whatever it is, for the most part, except for, that last inning, it was working.
Yeah. That one's a little bit further off. Definitely a ball there. And now ahead in the count is Kennedy Votava 2-0. The right fielder is playing so shallow. She's right behind the pole on your screen. You can't quite see it, but if Votava can somehow rake one either over her head or to her left or right, it'll be a stand-up triple for the sophomore there. She takes strike number 1.
Votava's still ahead in the count. 2-1.
Now ahead 3-1. They've thrown the same pitch 4 times. It's only worked one of the 4. I'm very curious if they're just kind of content to maybe accept the 2-out walk. I mean, it doesn't make much sense. Yes, Votava is a danger at the plate, but she's not a real power threat with no one on. She'll poke this one into left. Left fielder shallow as well. Assuming there was a runner on third, but either way, that is a fly out to left for Kennedy Votava, and just like that, the inning's over. So we'll go to the top of the 5th with your score still 5-0. Back for a 5th inning of work is Emma McBrayer, and back at the dish are the Scotties here. So number 8 in the box, top of the order, Thorson trying to get something going. She's 0 for 2 on the day, got a strikeout and a ground out, Chloe, and the 2 ladies behind her have had success. They'd love for her to have some success, but McBrayer knocks it down. Might not have been the right choice, and it will end up being an infield hit.
So you said 0 for 2. Now she's 1 for 3. Looks like the commentator's curse has come back to get you.
McBrayer tried to reach out and stab that one. I'll be honest, Clay, I think if she just lets it go there, Macy Allen probably fields it and fires it to first. Well, let's see if we can reverse jinx Kristen Gilbert here. She's 2 for 2, seeing the ball extremely well off McBrayer. Oh, pitch outside, throw behind, oof. Almost got her, Tom. Thorson gonna want to maybe get back a little faster.
It's extremely tight. It was a great throw from from Morgan. She was in quickly up on those throws.
Runners on the move, fire to second, 1 hop, got her. Either way, Partlow with the tag, Morgan with the 1 hop throw, and that'll negate the single there, and back down in order, technically, go the Scotties here.
Right, as I said, Morgan really quick with those throws. She's been great today when it comes to those.
So Gilbert takes strike number 1. She was ahead 2-0, now ahead just 2-1. Scotties have to try to generate some kind of offense. They have the same amount of hits as Piedmont does, and nothing to show for it. They have not had the timely hitting.
Yeah, and they've gotten people on bases. I believe at one point the bases were loaded, weren't they?
They've had multiple runners on in 3 of the 4 innings. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, they're just really, really struggling to actually take advantage of that. Maybe they can do that here. No, they won't.
Popped into left. They're secured by Votava. Gilbert finally out. And she was 2 for 2 coming in, and now another 2 for 2 lady. Kylie Thomas steps in the box here. This is the 3-hole hitter.
Really bizarre that a team like this, they can be hitting so well, but you can see the scoreboard like that. That's just the game of softball here. Probably, if you really think about it, maybe could be part of the story of their season so far. They're 4-16 on the year so far, 0-2 in conference. Really, really struggling to get some wins against these teams, they've clearly got a lot of the talent to do it, but the execution is just not there.
1-1 count. What with the changeup first pitch? Did McBrayer there, using it to get ahead in the count. Little breeze out, blowing from left to right, really blowing out to right center. Same for the JV baseball game going on over at Loudermilk Field. They've got the exact same breeze we do. Beautiful complex here, Walker Athletic Complex combined with Loudermilk Stadium. Gorgeous day in Demorest and a great ground ball right back to McBrayer. Underhand toss to first, and she threw 5 innings clean. Piedmont headed to the bottom of the 5th, 5-0. New pitcher on for the bottom of the 5th for the Scotties. Kira Hornsby relieving Huttu. Her day is over there.
Huttu had a pretty good day until the bottom of the 3rd. But, you know, other than that, she was pitching really well. Want to see how Huttu, what her pitches are, and trying to get some success here, generate some good defense, and maybe on the other side.
I would say it's kind of the epitome of softball, the way you put it. Again, -1 inning. Huttu, pretty much a relatively flawless day there. 4 of the 7 hits, maybe even 5, came in that one set. Again, she blanked the Lady Lions for 3 of the 4 innings, but that one big inning is the difference maker right now.
Yeah, especially in those first 2 innings, she was almost close to perfect.
So Jasmine Lowry to lead us off here in inning number 5. Kara Taylor, Hannah Morgan, the scheduled hitters. I say scheduled because we're at the portion of the game where Piedmont will turn to that very deep bench and start getting some pinch hitters. I don't know if the middle of the order is going to get pinch hit, and a laser back up the middle for Jasmine Lowry. That's why she is still at the plate and having so much success this year. She'll bring up Kara Taylor now.
I was going to say Hornsby had started off well because she had gotten her first pitch was a strike, but second pitch is just going to go straight down the middle. Looks like the Lions are going to want to continue this success despite the pitching change.
So Taylor back up to the dish once again. Piedmont 8 hits on the day now. Ooh, and that one hits Kara Taylor on the hand. Wow, that's an unfortunate break there for Kara Taylor. She wears a big arm guard, and I say arm guard because it goes down to her forearm, it covers her elbow, and even a part of her tricep there, and it misses all of the guard and instead hits her on the hand. So that's an unfortunate break for the first baseman. She looks like she's okay, and with no one out, runners on first and second, Hannah Morgan up to the plate.
Hannah Morgan 1 for 2 on the day. She got a hit and a run and an RBI.
As she crushed that ball last time she was at the plate. We were talking about it. Terry Martin gave her very simple instructions and she executed it well. She's ahead in the count here, 1-0.
I say we shouldn't really expect a bunt here. We've got 2 men on, 1 on first, 1 on second. It's probably going to be more or less the same instructions. Maybe try and get it all the way to the full count.
This one grounded to second. Ooh, rough bounce there, and everyone's going to be safe. Likely scored an E4 there, and the bases are loaded with no one out, and Madison Henry comes to the plate.
Yeah, you're loving that if you're a Lions fan. If you're one of the If you're one of the Scotties, you are not happy. You got a pitching change and, 4 people up and 3 people in. Lions really wanting to add on here and make what was, the very beginning of this one was a little shaky, make this one of the more convincing victories of the season.
First pitch strike there to Madison Henry. And Henry's got some pop. She has the lone homer for the starting 9 today. Again, Bailey Davis has the only other homer in this game. Or on this team, excuse me. This one over the head of the right fielder. That's going to score Lowry. Taylor rounding third. She'll come home. Morgan stops at third. It's a 2 RBI double for Madison Henry.
And that is just what we were just talking about, keeping the party going. Great stuff from Madison Henry.
Pitcher number 12, Emma McBrayer.
So McBrayer is due to come up here, but Terry Martin's walking his way down, and yeah, that's probably going to be a change in some form or fashion. I think he'll let McBrayer hit here. She's earned that much. It's going to be a pinch runner for Madison Henry. No, it's going to be a pinch runner for Hannah Morgan. They've brought in Logan Hawkins, who is a pitcher, to run here. So Terry Martin just kind of delving into his bench here again. Chloe, we don't like to mention it much on the broadcast, as Hannah Calloway will be the runner for Madison Henry, but in the Collegiate Conference of the South, an 8-run differential after the 5th inning is a run rule, so our game is 1 run away from being over here. You never really like to mention the potential of a run rule because it means the game has gotten out of hand, but if we abruptly end after a McBrayer hit here, that is why.
McBrayer is still yet to actually one of the only players in the lineup so far to get a hit. She's 0-2 at bat with a strikeout and...
Oh, yeah, that big fly out.
Yeah, fly out.
Yeah, just barely missed it. Got in on her hands to end an inning. So we'll see if she's got anything better for us in store here. As the score is 7-0. Count is 1-0 after that one is up in the zone. They're telling her stay within herself here. Doesn't have to play game ender, but after a frustrating day at the plate and a good day on the mound, she'd love to just really lay into one here. That one's outside for ball 2.
Got 2 people on base that love to run. You can already see runner on second was really inching. Would love to end this game pretty quickly, as we said earlier.
That one was down for ball number 3, so a 3-0 count. Red light for McBrayer taking all the way. That's in for strike 1. Now she'll get the bat off her shoulder and get ready to swing. And you're right, Hannah Calloway's having some fun out there on second. Her run really doesn't matter at the course of this game because if Hawkins crosses, the game is over. That's a walk to McBrayer on 5 pitches. Bases are loaded, no one gone, and that brings Lindsay Partlow up to bat, Chloe, and she has been just crushing the ball. They're actually not going to let Partlow swing it, so we're going to get a pinch hitter here.
So number 16, Michaela Casada.
So Michaela Casada going to get the at-bat. The senior coming off the bench here to get the swing instead of Partlow here.
Let's go, Queso.
Casada going to get her instructions here. Again, just 1 run away here. A single will do it. A gapped ball will do it, and even a ground out could potentially end this contest.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. There's a lot of options to finish this one here. You wonder, how likely she is to really just smash it. Got to be excited. Obviously, you got 0 outs so far. Bases are loaded. She's going to take that one. Will be a ball.
So 1-0 count for Casada here. Yeah, you're right. This is one of those situations where you got to stay calm within yourself but enjoy the moment. Big swing and a miss there for strike 1.
Yeah, she certainly tried to smash that one there. Maybe try and get another home run on the season. Like you said earlier, not a lot of home runs so far for the Lions. The opportunity here to get a major one.
Ooh, big swing and a miss for strike 2 is Quesada now down to her final strike. Hornsby looking like she's starting to rally back here. That's back-to-back good pitches. Oof, great changeup. Didn't get the chase, but Quesada just barely held up.
Was really, really close to getting that. She had reached just a little bit. Almost, maybe if she had gone like an inch or so more, Blue would have called that one.
The 2-2. Right down the middle. Ground ball to third. They've cut it off, fired it home, and they won't get Hawkins there, and it's an infield single.
That'll do it.
That'll end this contest. So it ends in a run rule in 5 innings. Piedmont takes the 8-0 win, Chloe. I mean, again, a great victory for the Lady Lions on the heels of what now were 2 big innings.
Oh, some phenomenal stuff. The very beginning of the game was really, really shaky for the Lions. They've had a history of, sometimes playing up to the opponents they're playing and playing down to the opponents they're playing. At the very beginning of this one, they certainly were playing down, but in the third inning, bottom of the third, they cleaned it up. They got it together. I'm sure Coach Martin had some words for them in the dugout, and this game is finally over, but we still got another one coming.
Yes, we do. About a 30 to 40-minute break between this game. Ladies are going to get the field back. Players are going to get something to eat. Umpires are going to get their gear switched, and we're going to get prepped for game number 2. So don't go anywhere. This stream will end, and the next one will start in about 30 minutes.